in the spotlight. Gospel reggae artist. Johno J in the spotlight. To reveal the story behind this big story. Pleasant good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
Blessed afternoon to you also, Mr. Fancy Black.
Hello, good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, I'm doing good, I'm doing well, I'm blessed, and I'm highly favored. I'm
Right, how
blessed,
are you
and
doing?
I am doing good. I'm doing real good. And I'm blessed and highly favored by God. So having
Right,
to,
of course. Again, we want to take time again to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule here today to be with us. Once again, we want to say thank you so much.
thank you also for having me. Believe me, for featuring me. I'm so elated. I'm so elated to knowing that
Now,
I'm here having this interview with the famous Fancy Black and UVC Radio. Oh, I said, big up all Englanders, all Jamaican in England, and all those on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all over. This is your artist, Johno J with Fancy Black.
thank you so much. Now, before we continue, we seems to be having some technical difficulty as the volume of your microphone seems to be very low. So, we would ask you to bring up the volume on your microphone. And in the meantime, we'll be playing a song by the artist while he sort of sort that out right here on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
There is no name
Oh, yeah.
of the Lord. His name is sweeter than the honey from out of
I'm trying to
the
get my microphone up.
Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
This your girl Empress Nisha representing for Fancy Black on UVC Radio.
Your
Keep it
never be
locked.
mine. Yes, we never
All right, to the
go.
people, we'll be talking to the artist very shortly as he organizes his microphone because we will hear him a bit low. And in the meantime, you're listening to Johno J right here on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
You get one by your neighbor.
Right now, we in a fire zone and we don't even answer phone. How that a play? Must answer that.
Your neighbor. Be a nice neighbor.
DJ Fancy Black, the artist
Are
DJ
you having
on
is this good
UVC
enough for you?
Radio.
So let's try again right here. Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing? What's the vibes?
Yeah, good afternoon to you again, Mr. Fancy Black. As I'm saying that the vibe is right. The vibe is right. And I mean, having this here is one of yeah, I'm so elated, really elated. I'm really elated because I mean these songs are hot. When I say they're hot. These songs are going very well and going very good. And I right now just imagine people bouncing on their neighbors, just bouncing to and from on their neighbors. Become a neighbor over there, my neighbor over here, my neighbor over here. I mean, just bouncing all over.
Once again, of course, it's very thank you so much for that, John J. Again, welcome. So, tell us your story. How did it all started? How did it all started? Because your music is quite interesting, I must say. And whilst I was listening to your music, I was bouncing myself. So we could imagine the man behind this the music. You get me? So let's start off by telling us your story. How did it all began for you?
Okay, I have been I've been a secular artist before, right? I becomes a gospel artist. Used to be like in the dance hall. Used to sing and with like Brigadier Jerry Chakademus, Professor Nuts, all the different Tiger Holiday, those artists. I was one of them artists. Go by the name of Knuckle Man, Knuckle, Knuckle Man. Everybody, most people know that because they had no John Che because I've changed the name. And I've been to the dances. I was like talking about the vibes man, the vibes man. When you touch dance hall, the vibes man. So all of that vibes comes over into the gospel. So all of that is right, this is what you're hearing right now. That type of vibes that I bring over, this is what you're getting right now out of me. And I said
Now,
I've been singing from the 80s, from in the
now, before
80s.
you get into that part of it, it's always interesting to know the story behind the young man. Growing up, describe to our listeners what would life be like at the time? How did life treated you as a young man in the streets of Jamaica?
Okay, growing up in the street of Jamaica, you go into school and you go barefooted. I mean, sometimes there's no food, sometimes you go without lunch, right? But you continue. I mean, sometimes here artists say, boy, you remember when time we used to cook dumpling and tin mackerel? You understand? Sometimes the food cook without what? No meat. But guess what? We put some butter upon it. I mean, I tell you, I will go, right? But we still going to school, right? We try to be the obedient student. I mean, we have our flaws, yes, but we try to be obedient. And growing up as a young man, I try to walk the right part. I have seen where friends go the wrong way, and many times I could go, but I made my up my mind and my decision that I will walk the path of righteousness and do the thing that is good. Yes, as I said, I've been there, right, singing from church. That's where it all started. As a child,
Listeners,
my mom can sing.
you listeners, you
Yes, my
heard him.
mom can sing.
The
Okay, go
rough
ahead.
times, the patches that he faced as a child growing up in Jamaica. Despite of all those challenges that the artist would have faced, what kept you away from trouble? Tell us.
The determination of not to be a jailbug. That's my determination. I will not end up there. I have faced so many trials. I've seen here. I can tell you that I know guys that do their things. I grew up with them, but I decided that I will walk away from these things because it's there before me. I could have picked up the gun. I could have done so many things, but I decided because one thing, Fancy Black, you need to do, make sure that you have a clear path before you that you want. You don't want to get into certain things and when you're done, I mean, you're find yourself in a mess that you can't get out of. Keep a straight walk. I can tell even the young guys that are coming up right now, it doesn't make any sense because once your career is smeared, it's like it's over for you. So you just need to walk a straight line. Whatever you do, yes, there are temptations for you to do things out of the way, but you don't need to get there. Because when God open ways for you, no man can close. No man can close. I have been trying for many years, but I never give up because I know that one day, thing is going to happen for me. And here it is happening right now. It's happening. It's
From the
going on.
80s,
You're right. It's happening
dominating the
from the 80s.
from the 80s,
The
dominating
dance
the
hall.
dancehall industry on
Yes,
stage, grabbing the
on
attention of the
stage.
masses out there. And
Oh yes.
suddenly
Oh,
we
I
saw a
can.
transition from dancehall
I,
into what we hear today as reggae gospel. Walk us through that transition,
reggae gospel.
because it is a transition, and it's quite interesting to hear from you what would have changed that path. Like you said, you started in dancehall music. Do you know what I mean? And now we've seen you take a big change from dancehall into reggae, gospel
Gospel.
reggae.
All
The
right.
transition. Talk to us about
I
that.
am I'm a person that I like to speak the truth. I like to do the things which is right. And yes, the gospel, the secular world sounds good, look good, nice. But guess what? When you give your life to God, when you change, you decide to change. Because I have been there. I should have told you before. I should have told you this. I have lost my wife. I have lost my only child. I call it my family, just like Job. And in the midst of this, I realized that something need to change about my life, because I've been going there. I tell you, I've been walking. I've been going to studio, the Black Scorpio, so many studio. I have walked. I have walked there. That nothing. I look. If you look at my shoes weird. My clothes going down. It's like God is saying, no, this is not for you. Okay, so after I did this song, I wrote this song, and this artist Xander P. Um, give true love a try, and we have sung it with. I have General Trees, Xander P, Crescenti, Ken Boot on that song, and
Mhm.
that song named "Give True Love a Try" because I realized that person is saying that they love, but there's no love in it. So I decided, all right, this is what's got to do. We need some love. We need to come together because we need love, because that's what I am here for, love. And I wrote this song. Then after writing the song and things was going on, I mean, I'm getting some airplay and all of this, and so tragedy struck. My wife got sick. She was burned, and I said to the Lord, I said, Lord, this is where the transition coming in. I said, Lord, one side of her face was burnt, right? And she went to the public hospital, take her to the chest, and she was there. And I said, Lord, if you bring back her face the way that you have made her, I will give up this secular career and I'll transit and do gospel. And before a month was out, my wife's face was most beautiful from more than when she was born. There was no mark. There was nothing to show that she had gotten burned. So what I did now, I kept my bargain with God. I said, God, you have done this. This is what I asked you to do. So I'm going to keep my bargain. I'm going to transit from secular to gospel. And that's what I did.
Lovely. Now it's quite interesting you mentioned that, because the question that follows is, having been a popular dancehall artist back in the 80s, how difficult was it to maintain that popularity among your fans in Jamaica?
Uh, the truth is that if you're not giving the vibes, somebody gonna you're gonna go somewhere, gonna get booed. So you have to make sure, because what I did, I used to study the number one songs while writing for myself. Myself, right? I used to study the number one love songs. So when I go, whenever there's a dance, and when I enter, you don't care who you want to be, which big artist you want to be. Once you give me a touch, you better come back good. Believe me, you better come back good, because when we start singing, believe me, I mean, please, outside the stay with the zinc fence and all of these things, and zinc fence are lick down and do a kick down, because the artists come in, and I mean, big artists is there, and big artists know what they might do. The little artists I come that time, I come take over. You understand? And I kept that trend. I kept that. So anywhere I go, and if you say, can you do 2 songs for me as a secular artist? Boom. Because I studied and I watch and I listen to what you sing and what you DJ and what you say. And if I realize that some things what you said, I'm not gonna able to overcome, I put God in front of it. I may just come and say, I don't love God. We'll pay an in here. If you really love God Almighty, just go so. Wave your hand and go so. Guess what? Everybody love God. That's true. I used to find go so bam and wave 2 times. Me just go so bam. I just hit you with that God song and the whole place just pull up. You understand? And me just find something else, you understand? And you go and me just come and say, Love has played this game with me so long. I started to believe I've never found it. You understand what I'm saying? Because these songs are songs that have people. And when them pull up and say, I will come back and say, when I need love, I hold out. The place mash up. You understand? But no, but no, into this though, it's different. It's different. So you don't have a competition. You don't use a competition in the gospel. You sing what God put into your heart. That's what you do now.
Right.
Right. And that's what once you go on the stage and you do whatever, I'm coming. I'm coming because when I'm coming because I'm coming to tear. If you make me go before you, when you come after me, believe me, you better come good. Yeah, because I'm not the person who's gonna be flop. You gonna.
Yeah.
So when I come and I make my deliver, when I deliver my piece, or whatever amount, you make sure when you come good, you come good. And come even better too. Because that's me. I want to see that you come up and step up to the pace. If I let the fire here burning, I don't want you to quench it. I want you to light the fire much higher. Johno G.
What is the current situation in Jamaica as it relates to opportunity that artists like yourself who sings gospel reggae get? Is it difficult, or there is ample amount of venues that support that sort of music? And if yes, what is the vibes and the energy like when performing as a gospel reggae artist in Jamaica?
Okay, it's not that easy because it's gospel. Because you know that the dance most artists is doing that, right? As a gospel artist, there's one thing. Once there's a song that's it, because it's not easy to get a hit song, a gospel hit song. But once you get a hit song and thing is going for you, the person will call you. So what is happening over here now is that when there's a show, what they do, they put the gospel artists with the secular artists. So the gospel artists set the pace, worship and give God. So everybody joins and set the bit. All secular artists joining, and you understand, and big you up and make things go. Then after all of these acts finish, then the secular artist comes and do their act. But one thing I'm happy about is that we are a God-fearing set of people in Jamaica here. And if there's a dance hall, right? Because I don't know if you know anything about setup or 9 night in Jamaica. You know about that?
Yes.
All right. Well, I do set up. That song Bounce My Neighbor is being used every setup. Bounce My Neighbor is being used. Everybody sing it because it creates a vibe. And I'm telling you that thank God I'm booked like partially every weekend because somebody died. And there are bands. So because we use the live band. We use the live band. Understand where and musician, guitarist, keyboard, drummers, the works. And thank God I'm booked most weekends. Like tonight, I'll be doing a show in Spanish Town. Tomorrow night, I'll be in Portland at a place called Swift River. George's, St. George's Funeral Home. That's what I do.
Thank you so much for that. Now, this song, Bonks in Your Neighbor, listeners, we'll be going for a musical break, and you'll be hearing the song title Bonks in Your Neighbor. When we come back, the artist is here to speak more about that song. You heard that it is sung during 9 nights in Jamaica, and it's quite popular. So let's get a listen of that song, and when we come back, Johno will be telling us much more about that song right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
You know, it's Clamath, I'm representing for UVC Radio. UVC Radio, you're there top. So you a chat. The rest of radio station them drop, so them flop. Clamath said that. Do you think UVC to the world?
Let's go, babe, John.
You're now in tune to Fonso Black on UBC Radio. Keep it locked.
Pull it up again. Me, Jama, tell it that. Bang, bang.
Toughies, look there. I watch Shelly. Yeah, now Phantom Black. And the fire is on. Yeah, fire is on. The fire right now. Yeah, fire. Blaze it. Curly Cash said that. Do something.
Mad killings, energy got the talk. You know see mad killings. Hey, Fonso Black, you don't know me I talk about the baddest energy of all time. Fonso Black, general, control things and I say it. A African attack, easy kill, who dead?
You're in the fiery zone with Fonso Black on UVC Radio. You know, it's Aisha Nova representing for Fonso Black on UVC Radio.
And now, what a song! And of course, if you're just joining in, my name is Fonso Black, right here on the Fire Zone, UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. And we are talking to gospel reggae artist Johno, and the title track is Bounce Pon Your Neighbor. Now, whilst that song was playing, if you're not viewing on the live stream on Facebook, I was rocking to the music. And I couldn't help it because the music has this energy that makes you move. Over to you, Johno. Tell us a bit more about that song.
Okay, this song, Bounce by a Neighbor, believe me, you know, I was the first setup, I will call it 9 night that I got. We run out a song. So while music was playing. I saw a couple, two, the couple, just a bounce my neighbor. So me I say, the idea just hit me. I'm just start say, bounce by your neighbor, bounce by your neighbor, bounce by your neighbor. And me realize now everybody start bounce. So me I say, oh, so this is it. And from me start sing bounce by your neighbor, I mean the whole place, everybody just a bounce. Some people are like drop a gong, because them bounce too hard. Yes, yeah. So me have to look at them and say, look here. When you bounce, bet no bounce your neighbor ground. Just bounce them nice and easy. Because guess what? You love your neighbor. So when you say dance with your neighbor, because you love your neighbor. So dance with your neighbor, bounce by your neighbor. Your neighbor now rock with your neighbor. Your neighbor now move with your neighbor now dance your neighbor, hug up your neighbor. Because your neighbor come and set up, Your neighbor come up, whatever. So hug up your neighbor, dance with him, because some neighbor come and fold their hand and stand up one place. So you just go and shake your neighbor and say, come neighbor, come neighbor. Bounce man, move man, look how the music nice. You understand? And I realized that person just love this. And for you say, me neighborhood, you there on me mind. And if it's Miss Mary died, you understand? Our Master Tom died. Me just look upon you and say, me neighborhood, Miss Mary there upon me mind. You understand? So your loved one that you lost, they upon your mind. So me just making notes say yes in the palm of mind too. So as the heaven declare the glory of God, neighbor you there upon me mind. So you what happen? Happy up yourself. Bounce by your neighbor. Bounce by them. Bounce by you. You understand? So people just start happy. It make people happy. This song make people happy. And I'm glad. And that's what I'm here for, to make people happy. Make people full joy themselves. What they have one word named enjoy, But me not like that word. Me love full joy.
Right.
Because guess what? Me can't end my joy. Ain't not true.
Yes.
Me know we go to school and
Yes.
them teachers say enjoy. Oh, me forgot end my joy. Me a full my
Yes.
joy. I joyful.
Right.
Joyfully doing what I'm doing, don't it? How can I end it?
Yes.
No. It has to go on. So bounce by your neighbor
By any
and full
chance,
joy
is there
yourself.
any sound system coming from Jamaica that basically promotes artists like yourself who sing a gospel reggae? Or again, that is a struggle that gospel artists face in Jamaica.
Yes. The sound system does play some of these things, some of these songs. Yes, they do play some of them, but not like regularly, right? If they have got now, let's say they are not using a band and they're having a night, yeah, they will do so. They will play them, and they are sometimes even in the dances when the song is nice, they play them, and sometimes they use them as rivalry too. You understand? Because if two sound clash, you understand? My friend Kukudu would have said, our Petra K would say, God is my keeper. You understand what I'm saying? Because what really happened is that person being in a rivalry, if you use something out to the other one, and when you drop on something God, because God is the highest. So they use these songs more time, you understand, to counteract. They had a sound system. But otherwise from that, they don't get up and just play it like that. Understand? They
Mm.
don't play it like that. So it's kind of hard for us. It's hard. So this is why I
The
have to
coach.
go to when I go to the setup,
Mhm.
I make things known. I make things known and tell people about Christ, because it's not about me. It's about Christ. It's all about God.
The culture of gospel reggae in Jamaica, is it similar to secular music coming from Jamaica in terms of with secular music we could hear on sound system artists clashing each other? Do they have that sort of activities with a reggae gospel Jamaica reggae
Ah,
gospel artists? Is it the same?
no, no. There are times when something like that called for, but they don't really see that. What person does, because remember, it's worship. It's worship. Yes, artists will try to outdo other artists by performance, but it's not about clashing against each other. It's about giving God the glory that is due unto his name. And that's what we're here for, to put God in front. The artists from South Africa say, I'll put you in front of my melodies. You're all that matters. Because what? It's all that matters. God is all that matters. And if you notice, this is how I work, I work with my songs and I work with other person's songs. Because you promote my song, I promote your song. You understand? I'm not the type of man who's biased to just sing my songs straight. No, I sing other songs also. You understand? And these songs help to promote me and promote my work also. So when I go to a setup, this is what I do. I sing other songs and I include my songs and people move and there I get the vibe that I can go back and write.
When you sit down and put pen to paper to put together a song, what frame of mind are you normally would be? What sort of energy that you attract to give us those sort of reggae gospel that we hear coming from yourself?
Okay. Experience. The thing that you experience. I mean, you're talking about yes, I came out of my house and when I look over there, I see somebody rocking. And the person rocking and I say, oh wow, I like that move. And then I say, all right. Just like we hear somebody they look at the other artists they do, right? And I go back and I look, and sometimes even at church, just one word a preacher would say. Because all right, take for instance, blessed from a barn. Blessed from a barn. Fancy Black, you are blessed from your barn. Do you know that?
Definitely. Yes.
You are blessed from your barn. Every person want to know that they are blessed from their barn. How can I say ask you a curse? I'm gonna say, me blessed from me barn. Me blessed because me talk to you, say you're gonna personalize it. Me
Right.
blessed from me born. Me say me blessed from me born. Me blessed from me born. Whatever struggle I've been going through, I put it in context. I have been tested. I have been tried. I've been ridiculed. I've been criticized. But with the blood of Jesus over my life, me blessed from me born. So you're blessed. You understand? Because Father God cover you, so you're blessed. And when you're going out and coming in, so this is how I write from experience. You understand? Me can't find no money today. I'm go down the road. I take a stock. Somebody just push something in my hand. I say, God, me thank you. I come back and I say, thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. Yeah, just like that. You understand? I said, today I walk down the road. Somebody bless me. And it's because of your true love for me. Lord, I thank you. You provide and to bless me. Oh Lord, your name is to be praised. You bless me. Oh Lord, you bless me. I just make up something there, so. You understand what I'm saying?
Amazing.
That's just
Amazing.
me.
The
Yeah,
name
just like that.
Johno J. How did you come up
Yes.
with that name?
Okay. You know the name Johno J, my producer, which is Mr. Campbell. He also is a producer of many of the songs of Jabez. Mr. Campbell is a good writer. And guess what happened? After I started singing, when I sang the first song for him, I was saying, okay, I'm gonna go by just a simple name. And he said to me, "Why don't you go by Johno J?" I said, "Johno J, that's so nowhere because I had Lawrence Johno Johnson. That's what I had because my name is Lawrence Johnson." And I was saying Lawrence Johno Johnson. So I was going by Johno Johnson. And he said, "No, put Johno J." And I said, "Johno J, but it sound good." And I accepted. And I mean, from me accept, Johno J just start move so. People just adapt the name, Johno J, Johno J, Johno J. And I realized that because my name is Johnson, person used to call me Johno. So the Johno J is John Johnson. So instead of say Johnson, we say Johno J, which I think goes well.
Lovely.
Yeah, it goes well. And I must big up DWC production. That's Mr. Campbell. Yeah, Desmond Campbell, good producer. And I don't know if I can say this, but I am now working on the second album.
Right, we'll
I'm
be talking
working
to
on the
that
second
in just a
album.
few minutes. Again, my name is
Okay, no
Fonzie Black,
problem.
and I'm talking to a gospel reggae artist, Johno J, and we place him in the spotlight to reveal the story behind his big story. We'll be going for another musical break, and the title track is called God Never Changed. When we come back, Johno J will be telling us much more about that song, and beside many other things, including his brand new album, right here on the Fire Zone UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Let's take a listen to God Never Change.
What a mighty God we serve. Pull it up again. Me, Jama, tell it that. All right. Well done, well done. What a mighty God we serve. On the fire zone, I said. Well done, well done. And the work here, shell down, shell down.
You're listening to the greatest radio station on the planet, UBC Radio.
God never changed. God never changed. God never changed. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never changed. God never changed. God never changed. God never changed.
Your fans are black. Get them a musical shock and a musical attack. It is all
God never
represented.
changed. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never changed. God never changed. What a mighty God we serve.
Keep it representing to the fullest, you know what I mean? Punch the block, pick up yourself, you know what I mean? Just keep blazing, bad music, yeah. Out upon there, man.
God never
UBC
changed.
Radio.
God never changed. God never changed. God never changed. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never changed. 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 He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never changed. God never changed. Entering his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts. In his courts,
Fans of Black, kill them general
in
one
the house
time.
of the Lord. I never changed. God 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 of yesterday, today and tomorrow. God never changed. God never changed.
Fans of Black, now
God
give
never
up. In a
changed.
life when
for Fancy Black. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never change. God never change. I part the Red Sea for Moses, open prison for Peter, close lion mouth for Daniel, call Lazarus from the grave, until the sun for Joshua.
Oh, to the good God of mercy, you're listening to the voice of Johno J. And if you're just joining in, my name is Fonsa Black right here on the Fiery Zone UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. You just heard the title track called God Never Change, and it's by the artist Johno J. Artist Johno J. This song, I'm enjoying it. I'm vibes into it. Facebook listeners, Facebook viewers, you could see it. You could tell the energy has gotten to be. You're full there. And so let's take it across to the artist, and he'll be telling us much more about the insight of that song. Over to you, artist.
Thank you, UVC, the radio that rocks the world, the radio to listen to. There is no other one but one UVC, right to the world. Yes, Fancy Blacks. As I said to you, this song was written by Mr. Desmond Campbell. Listen how I got this song now. He runs a shop. So I like went there and we was just talking just like that. And you know, as an artist, you have that type of vibe there. And we were just mentioning and I said to him, say, I know, I'm a singer, I know. And he said to me, say, really? I said, yes. He said, you know, so me have one song when we really want to put out, and I wonder if you can manage it. So I can't sing. He can't hold a note. Believe me, he don't know a note, but he's a good writer. He can't hold a note. I'm just some Campbell said, give me a little something, man. I said, okay. And then me just look by and say, God never change. God never change. God never change. God never change. And from me say that, him just said to me, say, take the song, carry it go to your house, work on it, and bring it back. So I took the paper with the song and I went home. And I went home and I organized it. I arranged now everything now. And then I WhatsApp it. I sing it and WhatsApp it and send it to him. Within 3 days, Sir Campbell called me and said, you know, so you're going to the studio though. I said, what? Him said, me love the song nice. So I said, okay. Bam, third day, the studio was booked. That was booked by at Corey Clark, that is Bob Clark's son. He's the person that does the rhythm, right? And take the voice. That's Bob Clark's son, Corey Clark. And I tell you, man, when I go into the studio, man, and Corey said to me, say, what you have? I'm say, all right, ready, I didn't put up. I'm say, one, go. God never change. God never change. God never change. God never change. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never change. God never change, because Fancy, the God that we serve has never changed. What he does for you, my brother, he can do it for me also. Because his love is everlasting and his love is true. And if he can open ways for you, he can open ways for others. Each morning when you get up, someone say God really love and him not change. He give me your life. That we can get up this morning and we can call to a neighbor. You understand? We can get up and we stretch out our hand and we hand intact. We stretch out our foot intact. We turn on the tap, water come from the tap. You understand? This God promised to provide for us. And he does. I understand that other persons, because you will have rich and poor, don't care what happened. because that will go on until the day that Father God returns. Right? That will happen. But God always provide a way out once you ask him, because he said, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you. So some people when not for them, sometimes not for them not ask. And sometimes I owe them ask. And some of them not knock. And some of them not seek him face. So if you want something, you not have to ask for. That's how you go, brother. You have to, because he's the God who his promises are true. Once he promises something, it will come true. Can I give you an insight of something? Listen,
Definitely.
before my wife passed on, I went to my bed and I saw a gentleman just came to me and said to me, great things is in store for you and many more. You're talking about many, many years now that happened. I didn't know that I would be here and UVC. And sometimes persons got through when they're young, some in their middle age, sometimes when they're actually up age. Remember Job? Remember Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
God gave Abraham the world when he was what? 90 years old. So not too late for me and you. Understand? If God is for you, who can be against you? If God set up something for you, nobody can stop it. You understand? So this song, God never changed, is a hallmark. Yeah, that's why we title the album God Never Changed, because it's a promise that God has made that he will never change. He said, I am the Lord your God, I never change. You read the Bible, you know that. I mean, Peter was in prison and them sing and pray and release them out of prison. Daniel from the lion den. Yes, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, all of them guys down the line, God has done for them. So him never change, him not change, brother. So this is the message that I want to put to people. The God that you serve, the only God, I'm not talking to any God, enough. The only God that built the heaven and the earth, he never, ever changed.
Thank you so much for that. Of course, it's quite interesting as we are journeying into the life of this great reggae gospel artist, Johno J, revealing some of the stories behind his big story. We've heard it from the struggles and that he faced as a young man growing up in the streets of Jamaica, but being motivated and driven by the love of music. Up to
Yes.
date, he's now released a brand new album. Now, this album, we would like the wider world to know much more about that album, because guess what? You've heard his song, he is fiery, and we all could agree he is fiery. The music is energetic. And like he early on described, not to enjoy, but instead full joy. Do you know what I mean? So,
Full
tell
joy.
us the title of the name of that album and how many tracks on that album, and as much information as possible about the album, how it all started. You know what I mean? The history behind it.
Okay, as I have told you before that starting the album started with getting that song from Mr. Campbell, and I did it. But before that, I was working with Loxley Dixon. He's a singer in his band, Hillside Gospel Band, and he has done some tracks with me before. But I have this album. I sit down with this album, a part of this album for many years. I sit down with it and don't know where to turn until I met Mr. Campbell. And he gave me the first song. And I said to him that I have some songs, they are voiced, right? And mixed. And I need to get these songs out. And he said to me, so bring them to me, man. Bring them and let me hear them sound. You understand? And I brought it to him. And believe me, from I brought it to him, I mean, he was like, yes, yes, this is one. I don't want that one on it, but I want this one on it and this one. And so he just arranged everything. And we just put everything together. And with all the songs that he has written, and I have sung that he just put everything together and put the album. So right now, the album is being distributed by 21 Apollos. It is being sold by Amazon, right? So it's going, right? And as I said before, that this album is an album to make you rock from morning till night.
I love that.
Actually, here's only, all right. And on the album, it is 13 songs, 10 for Johno J and 3 for the gospel artist, the big man, Jabez. Yeah, man, good artist, big bad artist, Jabez. You understand? So Mr. Campbell, he's the man that is behind all of these, pushing this, right? And see, he collaborated with Jabez, and there was 3 songs on the album for Jabez and 10 for Johno J. So
what is the
from
name of the
there
album?
now, the album is God Never Change. That's the title of the album. God Never Change. Because that's the reality. If he does it for you, he will do it for me. If he does it for me, he will do it for you, because he never changed. His promises are true. So you can get me. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. It's all there. But I tell you something more. Working on a new album now. I haven't launched the album as yet. It hasn't been launched as yet. But still working on the second album. If you go YouTube, trending on YouTube right now, I hear your voice. It's going like crazy. And that's you're talking about the African beat. There's 2 songs, the African beat. Excellent is your name. Going good. And I have a new one coming out. This one named Wolf in Sheep Clothing. Because yeah, some people know. Easy, my brother. We have to show them up, Not you. Wolf in sheep clothing. Yes, we have to show them up. Because them amongst we, them live amongst we, and them show up like say, yeah, everything all right. But guess what? Behind the scene, they do some things to hurt you. So you got to talk about, you got to sing about, because these are experiences that we're having. Wolf in sheep clothing. You understand? It's going to be good too, believe me. And these songs, they're art. They're art, they're moving.
Africa, America,
Africa,
Caribbean by
America.
extension. This is the moment that you all have been waiting for, as we now will be placing in the spotlight gospel reggae artist Johno J to give us an a cappella. Go for it.
God never change. God never change. God never change. God never change. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never change.
You're listening to
God never
UBC
change.
Radio, the sound
God
that binds us
never
together.
change. God never change. God never change. God never change. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never change. God never change. Enter in his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts. In his courts with praise. Hear the words of the Lord. I never change. God never change. God never change. So God never change. God never change. God never change. God never change. He's the God of today and the God of tomorrow. God never change. God never change. Do you hear that? The God that you serve He never changed. Once he promised that he's going to do something for you, he will. He is a God of promise.
Thank you so much for that, gospel reggae artist Johno J. And if there is a promoter out there that just heard that a cappella and would like to book you on an event, what is the next big contact? What is the best contact to get you out?
Our contact is 413. That's 876-413-2319. 484-4664. And if you go, if you type in DWC, there is a contact for Mr. Desmond Campbell, which is the promoter on the outside. He has no problem with that. He has no problem with that. Call him up. You get him anytime. He's always available. Good man, good person to speak with. And my
Amazing.
PR, which is Susan, I think you have her contact. Once you contact her, everything good. Everything is good. She's an awesome lady.
Thank you so
Very
much for
awesome
that.
lady.
And of course, if persons out there would like to hear more music coming from Johno J, what are some of the platforms that they can get your music at?
The platform, as I was saying before, you can get it on Instagram, you can get it on YouTube, you can get it on, you can go TikTok, right? Amazon is the main one that you can buy that album there on Amazon because it's been sold by Amazon, right? But if you go to Twitter, if you go to Facebook, it's all there. It's all there, right? So once you make that contact, we are available. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you so much.
Mr.
And what is the next
Desmond
big project
Campbell,
that you are currently working on that your fans could expect coming from Johno J very soon?
I Hear Your Voice. That's going to be the name of the album. I Hear Your Voice. That's the voice of God. I Hear Your Voice. That song is moving. I mean, person who are listening, check YouTube and look how fast that song is moving. And you're talking about the Afrobeat. You know, Afrobeat taking over the whole place. So check that out. Excellent is your name. I Hear Your Voice. And the next one that I'm working, I should got that released sometime next week, which is Wolf in Sheep Clothing. Wolf in Sheep Clothing. We have to watch a wolf them. And keep on they can't bite you, you know. Fancy Black. No wolf can bite you. No wolf can touch you. No wolf can come on your thing. You understand? You're covered, my brother. You're covered by the blood of Jesus Christ. No wolf can touch the sheep here. You understand? No wolf can touch the sheep, my brother. You're a sheep. We're one of God's sheep. And no wolf can touch you. No wolf can bite you. Any wolf you face, have a back way, back up. Angels surround you, my brother. UVC, big up to the world. UVC, big, bad, and bold. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Of course, it's been a pleasure talking to gospel reggae artist Johno J as we place him in the spotlight to understand his story behind his big story, to understand the culture of gospel reggae music coming from the island of Jamaica. Just before we come to an end of this interview, is there any last message you'd like to send out to your fan, and is there any shout out you'd like to give?
Yes. I'd like to give shout out to my pastor. My pastor. I mean, he's an inspired man of God. And I mean, the assembly that I ended is 7-day Christian Church, which is Caribbean Conference of 7-day Christian, to all the pastors. But Elder Carlton Dunkley is my pastor. Big up to him. Big up to Sister Denise Dallas. I mean, big fan. Sister Zara Samuels, Sister Owil. Big up to all the people who really recognize me. Sister Nikki, big bad bad gospel artist, the sister Nikki Loxley Dixon. Understand? Big up, big up, big up, big up, straight up. And my special friend, Minister Audi, and Petra K. Those are some of my close artists and friends. And big up to all of them. And again, I must say, big up to DWC Promotion, Mr. Campbell, Desmond Campbell, the man of the moment. Bless you every time, Fancy Black. Bless you, bro.
Once again,
thank you for having me.
My name is Fancy Black, and I've been talking to gospel reggae artist Johno J out of Jamaica. Thank you so much for allowing us to place you in the spotlight. Thanks so much.